Welcome back to Good Day State Line. One of the most important parts of your wedding is truly the photography. Mindy is here from Mindy Joy Photography to show off some of her beautiful work and tell us more. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Good, thanks for coming.
Absolutely, thanks for having me here.
I always think that photography is so important because like when it's over, what do you have left?
That's true. Photography is one of the biggest takeaways that you have from a wedding day, so it is important to invest in that.
All right, so what made you want to do this with your life?
Well, I went and got a BFA from Rockford College, now Rockford University, and my concentration wasn't in photography. It was actually in printmaking.
Okay.
And then I had minors in psychology and art history. So I graduated from college and I needed to find a way to make money, and I had an inexpensive DSLR hanging around, and I started taking pictures for family and friends and friends and friends, and then eventually I think those organic referrals started coming in. And that's how I hit it off. So that was probably 13 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
So you've been doing this for quite some time.
Yes.
And I already got lost in the photos that we're showing because we're already looking at some of the amazing photos. So you've been doing weddings for over a decade now.
Yes. So the first wedding that I photographed on my own, it was actually a Craigslist referral.
Okay.
And that was in the fall of 2011.
Okay.
So 10 years ago.
10 years. Well, congratulations. Obviously, you're pretty good, and we wanted to include you on Wedding Week because it's such an important thing. And mostly we're finding out when you need to book all of your vendors for weddings this week. So what are we talking for you?
So I recommend to clients when they're shopping around that as soon as you book your venue, that's when you should start booking the rest of your major vendors.
Okay.
So DJs, photographers, videographers. And with that being said, I book about a year in advance.
Okay. And has this been a really fun, crazy year for you?
Yes.
That's what we've been hearing.
Yes, and please extend any grace you can to anybody you know doing weddings, because all of those 2020 reschedules have just really made the fall of 2021 insane for us.
Right, so you're probably like, hey, I get to sit on a chair today instead of look around a camera.
This is relaxing.
You brought a camera. Is this the camera you use, or how many do you have?
This is the, well, I don't know how many cameras we have in our house. Maybe I'll decline to say how many we have. But yes, this is my workhorse.
Okay.
So we use Fujifilm X-T3 cameras, and we love them.
I like that. It doesn't look insanely heavy. I'm sure by the end of the night it gets heavy.
Actually, no. The strap that I use has a really good weight disbursement system. And I work out a lot.
Yeah, like I practice, so then I'm not gonna die at midnight when I have to take this incredible photo. Do you know where this one was?
So that was at DC Estate Winery, and you know, some brides get really concerned about rain on their wedding day, and anytime I hear that, I say, don't worry, because you know what? We can actually harness the power of Mother Nature and make images like this.
That's
and
so
they
cool.
they are incredible. They look magical.
That is a magical photo. That is a hilarious photo.
Yes. I mean, so another thing that I market for my own business is that weddings are not just about lovey-dovey imagery. There's so much that goes into a wedding day, and there's nervousness and excitement and joy. And I like to capture all of that.
Yeah.
So, and especially, you know, people are funny and we have humor in us. And so if I can make that live and breathe in an image, then I've been successful.
Well, that's not, like, I don't know those people, but I clearly saw the picture and was like, funny couple, they look like fun.
They're great.
So what's your favorite part about your job and being part of this?
Well, I do love working with people. I think that people are interesting, and every wedding is unique because it's a new set of people each time. And so anticipating those moments that are about to happen when a bride is walking down an aisle, or you know, you see a flower girl on the dance floor going crazy. Just being able to kind of find and capture that moment. It's just ongoing throughout a wedding day. So I'm always looking for the next moment, and it really keeps me on my toes.
Do you have any, and you don't have to tell us, but you can just tell us if you do. Do you have any like wedding venues you get really excited about being a part of? You just like it all?
It's about the people for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's about the people.
Okay, I want to pop open this book. I know I promised I wouldn't move it at the beginning, because this is a really cool book. Okay, so this was at DC Estate. Do you do the books too?
Yes, so I do offer albums, although wedding clients, when they book with me, they have their personal usage rights, so they can certainly make their own albums.
Cool, but this is nice.
Yes, I mean, those pages are so thick.
Yeah.
I mean, the color quality is
Little
amazing.
kids aren't going to rip these.
No, absolutely not.
That's important.
They're UV protected also, so they withstand time very well.
That's one of the reasons I love talking to experts, right? You're a photography expert, you're a wedding photography expert. You know how important that is for your photos. Whereas if you're like, okay, maybe I'll just figure this out on my own and I won't use an expert, well then that's a bad idea. And also you're gonna probably print your pictures on the wrong paper.
Yeah, so that's actually why when people are kind of researching, shopping around, looking for their photographer, I always recommend to maybe interview your photographer a little bit. Ask to see a full wedding that they've delivered. That way you can really sift through an entire body of work from start to finish, and then if that body of work resonates with you, you're on the right path.
Your whole resume is right here. Well, for this wedding. Where can we get in touch with you, Mindy?
You can go to my website, mindyjoyphotography.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining me today. Coming up next, the most delicious part of the wedding is the cake with EK Cakery, and then we're making signature wedding cocktails, also delicious, with Becca and Nikki from Rockford City Market. We'll be right back.
The preceding segment was sponsored by Mindy Joy Photography.